You think of times in your life when the darkness felt so heavy, so burdensome, that even just a little bit of light, like we talked about the taillights earlier, would have made all the difference. What is that little light to look like? The Ghost of Christmas Present uses a torch. Yeah, in the original version has a torch in hand. It's very important because this is the same illumination that was shown during that time and that period. It was a very important symbol. But Charles Dickens messes, as he does with his allegorical wit, in a beautiful way with the symbol. He has the torch, which is enlightenment. He wants people to see what's happening in the Victorian era, especially with poorhouses, the ways that things are being abused. But he also has it shaped, according to Charles Dickens, and I haven't been able to see any pictures, so this one doesn't have it. It was shaped with a horn of plenty. And so you can look at this symbol of the torch as two things at once: light and spice. Or I think that he actually was thinking of light and salt from the Bible, perhaps. Light and salt. Two things at once, because light helps us to see the problem. It illumines for us these kinds of things. It helps us to see the problem. But salt or spice is when we get into the problem. We actually start to affect the people that we see. Prayers are not just meant to go up, but they're also meant to go upside down, to be sprinkled on those around us. And one of the ways that I see that happening in our community life is through our small groups, honestly. Through the stories, and not just the formal small groups, but also the choir, or also other places where people get to know one another's lives with a little bit more intimacy. It isn't that they're learning, the Bible and now they're holy people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that they're doing these things, but in between, they're learning, hey, this person has a need. This person in my neighborhood is missing something, and we could all together help them. When people are intimately connected with one another, it changes things. Scrooge, when he didn't know what was happening in that family, was cold and indifferent. But when he got into the life, that was a different experience. So I would encourage you to consider, what is it in your life that would bring light and salt into your being?